Using the Joyful Squares bundle, so that's this one here. It lends itself to memory keeping or scrapbooking. It's kind of got some fun little things that refer to that theme, like good times and love these days sentiment. So but of course, you know, you can use it for any project. So yeah, it has a coordinating die bundle, die set that goes with it to make a bundle. Yeah, and it's yeah, just adds versatility to creating, as we know. All right, I'm going to pop these aside for a minute. And today we're using mostly Secret Sea and Strawberry Slush. Secret Sea is the main color, and really, if you sort of watch this video back, and you know, you can swap out the Strawberry Slush to, you know, your favorite color if you choose to make this project. So just going to pop those ones up there, and I've got my card base ready to go. So we'll get stuck into it straight away. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer here so that we can get started. Let me just make sure that fits in. Perfect. Okay. A4 cardstock, and I've cut it in half, but this time I've cut on the short side to give me a long piece of card. And this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to use, but we're not going to make a traditional style card. Instead, we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to score. The first one's going to be at 4 centimeters, 40 millimeters. Don't ask me inches. I'm a metric girl. I really struggle with inches. Okay, so we're going to move that over to 145 and score. Then we're going to move it to 165. Right, so 165, and then we're going to 185. And then we're going to push it all the way along to 290 or 29 centimeters. And we're actually going to cut. Okay. So what that means, I'm going to move that little piece out of the way. I'm going to take my trimmer back out because we're sort of done with that for now. All right. So what that means is, so when we cut our cardstock in half, this measurement here is 105 or 10.5 centimeters. So what that means is these two larger panels are squares. So they're 105, that gap is there. So yeah, and then we've just got a few little score lines in there to create a gusset. Okay, so what we're going to do now is fold. So we're going to do this little one here, and we're going to burnish to keep it nice and crisp. Okay, and then I'm going to start from this end, and we're going to go up one, and then we're going to turn that over, and what we're going to do is support, I'm going to go this way. All right, so we're going to support this piece of cardstock at the score line here so that when we fold back, it folds evenly along that score line. And we're going to burnish to crisp up the edge. And then we're going to do the same thing. Pop our fingers down to support the cardstock along that line, that score line, and fold it back to create that concertina. And burnish again. So now we have a little, kind of like a, yeah, kind of little pockety thing. Now, as you can see, if I close this over, so because this panel and this panel are exactly the same size, and we've got a little like closing lid or side panel, whatever you want to call it, what happens is these panels butt up together and they cover the score line. So they don't, it doesn't, when you close it over, what happens is it doesn't sit flat. So to fix that, and with this project, it's easy enough to do, we're going to just take a slight little piece off this edge right here. And it's not going to make that much of a difference at all. It's really not. So I like these kinds of things. Alrighty, so literally taking a couple of millimeters off. What I want to show you as well, a little tip that I do, whenever I am taking the tiniest smidge off, I always like to cut from the bottom to the top. And what I find is that you get a much crisper cut. If I try and do that going down, I find what happens to me is I end up with raggedy, like a raggedy cut, or, you know, it sort of just doesn't cut quite right. But going up, for some reason, fixes that. And that's all you need. Just a couple of millimeters off. And now we will have a nice flat closing, which will enable this little cute little pack to be posted if that's what you wanted to do. So great little a great little thing to remember for that one. Now, the next thing we're going to do is decorate. We're going to decorate this. So kind of pretty cool here. And I'm just going to go with Secret C again. Now I've pre-cut these. So what you want, and 3 squares. These are cut at 95 mil. So 90 square project. So 95 mil, and you want 3 of them. It can be any, you know, designer paper that you choose to make. I'm using the in color designer series paper pack to match the cardstock and ink today. And then the other 2 pieces that you will need are 2 pieces at, so again, 95 to match this height. And then we want ones at 15 mil. So 95 by 15 and 2 of those. And again, 95, so they're all the same height, by 30. So 2 at 15, 2 at 30, 3 at 95 squares. Alrighty, so this is a nice easy part that we're going to do. And it's literally just sticking them on in, you know, with an even border all the way around. Alrighty, so we've got those, the inside piece, and then the last piece here goes on the outside. So it's going to be our front. So that piece there, which is our part of our front. Now, because this side, this front, remember we trimmed a little bit off this side. So what I did when I was adhering this is focus on the top edge, the left edge, and the bottom edge being equal. this one here is going to be a little bit narrower. You know, so it's not a perfect center of the designer paper onto the cardstock, but I specifically chose the two colors that so that they blend. I didn't choose high contrasting colors, which would have made that stand out a little bit more. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much because, you know, this will sort of, the way it works is that will fold over and out, and I don't think, you know, there's going to be too much focus on this side. But if that matters to you and you, yeah, that's one way of just minimizing how much that stands out. Okay, so then we've got our last two pieces which go either side of our little closing mechanism here. So there we go. That's our base section, semi-done. We do have another little bit to go on here. Okay, but I want to introduce our cardstock next. So what I've got here is, again, 3 more squares. Surprise, surprise, right? So this square, there's cut to 8 centimeters or 80 mil. Again, 3 of those, and I've gone with strawberry slush, but you can change this to whatever color you like. If you're going with Secret Sea as a base, or, you know, you really can just move this, change these all around to colors that you like. All right, so we're going to do that one. That's on the inside. Now, the one for the front, which is this one here, I'm going to do that one in a little while. So, because what I want to do with that is actually attach that one to here so that it opens and closes like this. So, yeah, but I want to finish this piece off and pop it on as a whole because I think that might be a bit easier. Alrighty, so I'm just going to pop these pieces aside and we're going to get on to some fun stuff like stamping. Yay, that's what we like. So using the, we'll just bring these back in for a second. So using the Joyful Squares bundle, which is a cute one. And today I'm going to use this gorgeous, gorgeous number, which I really, really like. I love the nice little sort of flourish decorative element. And there's just so much that you can do. You can use it flat, or which we're doing, and you can punch it out, which we're also doing, that center section. So, yeah, got some, show you today how that will work. So we've got our, I'm going to start with Secret Sea ink. And here is a stamp. I'm going to swap that over. I'm going to bring in my strawberry slush. Love, 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 love this color. I'm not a pink girl really, but yeah, I do like it. It always appealed to me, even when we had it originally. Yeah, it's just not a really big Barbie pink, is it? It's kind of more, I don't know, vintagey maybe? Yes. All right, so I'm using a couple of the sentiments from the actual set. And we're going to stamp one that says good times, and I'm going to pop it towards the bottom. Yeah. I'm trying to decide, do I want... I'm changing, oh, hear me, look at me, I'm changing things up. No, let's just stick to what I've got in my mind. We won't change things up. All right, grateful for you. That one's going to go towards the bottom. I just had another idea, but let's try that on another one. Doesn't that happen? Does that happen to you guys? Alrighty, so I've also got the hearts out of that set as well. But what I'm going to do is stamp that off. So I'm just going to bring in a bit of grid paper here. Alrighty, so let's just use a little piece. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it off. But what I'm going to do, instead of stamping it off like flat and taking off a whole layer, what I want is kind of like a mottly, almost like a faux watercolor look. So I'm gonna kind of dab this off on an angle so that it kind of leaves a little bit of full strength, but not the whole thing is full strength, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try this. Alrighty. I'm going to pop that here. Okay, I got a little bit, took off too much on the edge, but that's okay. Alrighty, let's try that again. Alright. Let's play with this one. I'm going to go on this angle because I can. Alrighty. So that's pretty cool. Okay, this one I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave this one solid. I'm not going to put anything in there because that one's going to go on the front. So let me just move that out of the way and I'm going to pop that aside. So for the front, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Oh, I can't see it because it's clear. Funny about that. Does that ever happen to you? That's so funny. Okay, so pop-up petals stamp set. I'm going to use this here. You make my life better just by being in it. I love that. I just love that. I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, so I haven't used this one yet, so I'm just going to prime it in my scrub. Oh, try to do that gently so I don't shake you all. Okay, let's do this. You make my life better just by being in it. Isn't that beautiful? I've got a very specific purpose for this project. Okay, love it. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that aside. Now, with this one, I'm going to punch this one out. The 2-inch punch. So yes, there we go. So I'm going to set that one aside. These 3, right? So we're going to die cut these. We're going to use the dies from the coordinating set. Now these ones obviously have, you know, it's the square to fit and the circle. Yeah, so you can die cut those like that. And these ones can come out. This one I'm going to leave whole. I'm not going to stamp or die. I'm actually going to cover it. It's going to go on the front. So we have this one. We have our 2 frames that we've cut out. And we've got our 2 sentiments that fit in the middle there. So that's how they work. They come out perfectly. So it's really cool. Really, really lovely way of working. So this one, we're going to build our front first. because this is nice and straightforward, whereas I'm going to do something a little bit different with these, just because we can, right? So this one's going to go on flat, so flat, flat, flat. Alrighty. Okay. Awesome. Okay, now here's our sentiment. Now we want to frame this one a little bit, so I've got some extra cardstock, and I've got the 2 1/4 inch punch. So it'd be nice layering that's going on there. All right. So we're going to stick these two together nicely. You can see how this is coming together now, can't we? Whoop. Yeah, told you that was going to happen. Big blob. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to use some dimensionals for this one. 1, 2, 3. Is Susan watching? Susan, am I using enough dimensionals here? Look, I'll even put one in the middle just for good measure. I'll see Susan for class tomorrow, so I can ask her. Alrighty, so we're going to stick that one over the top. Let me just, I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to, yes. All right, so we're going to do that. Perfect. I'm going to finish this one off with a gem at the top. So that one's going to go, yeah, so that'll be finished off there. All right, so what we want to do, this is going to go onto our project in this position. But because this is our opening, we're only going to adhere it to the front section here. All right. Oh, let me see. So that's the only part that's going to be stuck down. All right. So how are we going to do that? Easiest way, I think, will be with a little bit of tape. And let's make sure that we get our orientation correct. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fold this one over here, but I am going to peel that one off. And then we're going to close this one over. Whoop. And then okay. Of course. There we go. I'm just going to peel this gently. So if you ever use that method, make sure it's gentle. Don't yank it because you might tear this and then you're sort of left with a tricky part of trying to get that off. Okay, so we've got our front section working like that. Now with these two, I'm going to do something a little bit different with these when we pop those in here. But what I do want to do is put our centers in. And so to do that, I'm going to use these guys as templates. So I'm going to pop it in place. So it's going to be there. Now this guy is going to, I'm going to pop some glue on him because he's going to sit flat. All right. Let's hold him up correctly. All right, let's make this straight as much as we can. Alrighty, and we're going to stick this guy in. Whoop, got a lot of glue because it's very warm. Alright, so let's move him out the road. I'm going to put him here to remind me I used this one. This guy comes on here. So let's, and he matches with this one. So, all right. We'll get some glue onto the back of this. We're going to do the same. Calling me naughty, Sharon. That's funny. Okay. So we're going to center that one. We're going to pop this one in here. Pop it in on an angle. Alrighty. There's a lot of glue, so it's a bit wobbly. Okay. The idea with this is I want to make this slightly interactive. So what I've gone ahead and done is prepared 2 little tabs. This die is in the die set that comes with it. So this guy here. And yeah, so in the Joyful Bundle die set. There we go. He's there. So what I've done is die cut 2 out of coordinating cardstock. I've just popped through some twine for this time, but you know, you've got ribbon or any, you know, you can use anything. It's quite a nice size hole, so it will you know, it will take a thin, you know, one of those, I think it's 1/8 ribbon size ribbons, those really thin ones will go through there easy enough. I've got 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. Now the size of these, what did I cut them at? Just under 55 mil. I sort of did 55 and then went back 1. Yeah. And then the other side is, I didn't write that down, it's 70. So 7 centimeters and then 5.4. Okay, so the plan with this is to actually attach little photos on here, and they're going to sort of be a window. So the tab's going to go on the top, and we're going to be able to pull those out and slide them in. So that's my fun little section with this. So hopefully you'll see, you know, think this is a cool project. Now I haven't got my photos printed yet, but I will. So I'm going to attach these on the top and then later pop those photos on. So to do that, what I'm going to do is turn this over, and I'm going to use some of the foam strips for this. Yeah, going to use some of the foam strips. So I'm just going to, all right, I'm getting my scissors now, Sharon. Oh, of course that's gone flying. All right, let's put you here. Okay, so this is the bottom, and we're going to put it right up against that edge. That's going to be a landing space. That's going to be our landing, or landing, our stopper. So when our little tab is going to go in and out here, it'll stop there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just going to push that down. I'm going to position that, because what I want to do is pop my tab on. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue. No, I might do some tape for this one. Right on the edge. All right. Now, because I'm working with the back side up, I've got to remember to stick this one to the front. All right, so there we go. Yay. Alrighty, so that goes like that. And we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other one. But first, what I want to do is pull this guy out. And I want to pop it along the side so that it creates a bit of a channel for my photo part to slide in and out. Okay, so that's that one. And then we're going to pop this one on this side. Alrighty. I've left a little gap. It's not a big one. Probably could have used a little bit more, but that's okay. Alright. I'll take that one out. Alright, now. So, moment of truth really, isn't it? Oh yeah, took that one off. Okay, so we're going to sticky this one down in position. So we're leaving the top open. Alrighty, so imagine this will have my photos in it. Yay, look at that. So that's going to go, and when you pull it up, it'll reveal your little sentiment. So that's kind of cool, I thought. Yay, so then we're just going to do exactly the same thing for this side. So that one can go in here. Yay! So this project will fold over like that. And actually what I might do is go to Officeworks or something like that and get some of those Velcro dots. That's what I'll do. Yay! And that still is quite flat enough that it will post. So yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed that little project, and it's a great little, having a good bit of fun with this particular bundle, and something a bit different, like a card that's a little bit different, but also yeah. So I think it'll be, I think it will make a nice little gift, like a little sort of gift, or just a different kind of card, really, isn't it? So yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Anyway, thanks again for watching. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Ta-da!